Good evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. It's breaking news from Mongolia. Yeah, Mongolia is freezing through its harshest winter in half a century with extreme conditions killing more than 4.7 million animals and threatening the livelihoods and food supply of thousands of people. The International Federation of the Red Cross has warned the severe conditions known as desert are characterized by plunging temperatures and deep snow and ice that blanket grazing areas and cut off access to food for livestock. About 3 lakh people in Mongolia are traditional nomadic herders and depend on their cattle, goats and horses for food and to sell at market. For those people who were totally dependent on their livestock to survive, they have become destitute in just a few months. Alexander Matthew, IFRC Regional Director of Asia Pacific, told CNN Thursday, some of them are now no longer able to feed themselves or heat their homes. Since November, at least 2,250 herder families have lost more than 70% of their livestock, according to the IFRC. More than 7,000 families now lack access to adequate food in a day. The desert has affected 3/4 of the country, but conditions are expected to worsen as winter continues. Now it is spring, but the winter is dragging on in Mongolia. There is still snow on the ground and the livestock are still dying, said Matthew. The Mongolian government declared a state of heat and readiness last month that would last until May 15, and on Tuesday the IRC launched an appeal for funds to alleviate the suffering of people who have lost their livelihoods. Even the high levels of preparedness, which year has been in Mongolia this year and in previous years, it is not adequate to cope with the extremity of the conditions, said Matthew. We have done a lot of preparedness and the scale of it still look us by surprise. The desert has had a devastating economic toll of herders and caused disruptions to travel, trade and access to healthcare and education for many Mongolians, especially those living in rural areas as heavy snow cut off the road access. Beyond the report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, Bharat.